So, a little over 12 years ago, I was sitting in your seats towards the back, and looking at this cohort, I realized that my days of being classified as a youth are fast running out. So, given that time is not on my side, I'm going to share 3 messages with you today. These are not messages you're going to find in a double integration tutorial or a tax textbook, but more importantly, these are lessons I wish somebody had shared with me before I started the world of work. So, the first one for me is whatever goals you have set yourself for, whatever desires you have that you want to pursue on this point, your personal ambition and your desire to win are not going to be enough to sustain you. You need something more than yourself and your goals and your personal ambition. So for me, what does that look like? It's my wife. She has an unshakable belief in who I am and what it is I try to do. So even when I fail, which happens more often than not, that faith in me doesn't shake. And it keeps me motivated and it keeps me going. It's also my children. There's something that happens when you engage with little creatures that you've unfortunately brought onto this beautiful world, and you recognize there's a passion, there's a love that they have for you, and that too, I find in really difficult times keeps me going. It's my parents. My parents haven't understood for a very long time what it is exactly that I do, even though I try very hard to explain it to them. But I still involve them in every big life decision that I have, and mostly because I want them to see the continual fruits of the hard labor that they had to go through and endure in raising me. So the point I'm making here is it's easy to believe that the knowledge you gained over the last few years is what's going to take you to whatever lofty goals and desires you have for yourself, or that the organization you're going to go work for as soon as you've graduated is going to help you achieve that. It's not going to be enough. It's not your ambition and your desires not going to be enough. You need something else that's outside of you that anchors you. So find that, whatever it may be for yourself. Second point is you've got to find joy in the mundane. I'm pretty sure that given that you're commerce graduates, and if I reflect on my own class of graduates, we were very ambitious creatures. We wanted to save the world and wanted to change the world in weird and interesting ways. And given that sort of lofty journey and that ambition, it's a very difficult path you're choosing for yourselves. It's fraught with many, many trials and tribulations. And so what I have found along that journey is just enjoying the simple, mundane, everyday things just helps you stay on track, helps you not lose sight and faith of whatever it is that you're going to try and achieve when you leave these hallowed halls. So how I've found that those little mundane daily joys for me, how that's manifested is in simple things, such as I work with a group of people who don't take themselves seriously. So for instance, one of them is obsessed with Beyonce and being part of the Hive. Another little joy I find every day is my eldest is obsessed with negotiations. He thinks everything is a trade-off and everything can be negotiated in order to get his hands on sweets. And so I find these interactions with this 5-year-old who's trying to negotiate very difficult things such as brushing his teeth in order to get his hands on sweets. I find joy in that. And also another source of it is things like debating the merits of what a worthy superhero movie really looks like with my friends. It's the simple. It's the things that are not necessarily part of your journey, but they're part and parcel of your life. Find joy, because I'm telling you right now, guys, whatever your lofty goals are, there are difficult times that lie ahead, and those small moments of joy will carry you through. The third thing I'd like to share with you is there's a Zulu saying that says, "Indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili." Now, practically what that means for me is you've got to surround yourself with people who have gone ahead of this thing called life. And you've got to look at it beyond what people typically say, things like book smart, street smart. I'm talking about people who have either walked along the path that you yourself have chosen and have succeeded, or, and I find this is even more important, it's people who've tried and have failed in spectacular ways. Now, what you want to be able to do in finding such individuals is you want to cultivate a realistic and long-lasting relationship. And so how you achieve that is a variety of ways. It certainly is not through an email or WhatsApp message or sliding into someone's DM. It's far more personal than that. You need to cultivate a real relationship, and that means finding people. When you find those individuals, you've got to show a keen interest in who they are, show a keen interest in their journey and wanting to learn the insights they've gathered along the way. And then and what you find is when you do that, you'll find that they are going to be interested in your journey. They're going to be interested in investing in your journey. And more importantly, as you cultivate this relationship, they are going to help you make far fewer mistakes than they ever did. Because believe me, you will make mistakes along the way. But when you have people like that in your life, those individuals will carry you. You will literally be standing on the shoulders of giants, and you will see much further than they ever did at the exact same time in which they were in your life. So, to reiterate, 3 things I want to leave you with. You've got to find reasons bigger than yourself to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. You've got to anchor yourself in something other than your personal individual self. Secondly, you've got to find joy in the everyday, mundane, and weird and wonderful things that you will come across along the journey, because they will also help you sustain you through the very tough journey that I'm sure you've picked for yourselves. And finally, surround yourself with people who've gone ahead. Cultivate those relationships, invest in them, learn from them, and you will have a very successful journey ahead. Good luck to all of you, and thank you.